You did everything you're told. You go to school, you graduate, you're excited, and then crickets. You just can't land the job. Forget about landing the job. You can't even land the damn interview. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what happens when you do apply for a job. You do send out your applications. What do the gatekeepers, what do the recruiters see? How do they handle your applications? And we're going to reverse engineer some of the pain points and some of the things that you guys need to address and take into consideration, okay? We have an individual who has gracefully decided to share with us what they see as a recruiter. They have access to these systems. It's called Lever. And we'll kind of start to do a quick skim of some of the components of the Applicant Tracking System, the ATS, and what happens. And have a little discussion on why you might be stuck, why you might not be hearing back, okay? Let's have a look.
In this video, I'm going to show you the inside of an applicant tracking system and address a common lie that is told to job seekers. In front of me here is Lever ATS. It's one of the top ATSs in the tech world and my personal favourite. On the left-hand side here, as you can see, I've selected the account executive under my open jobs. On the right-hand side is the list of applicants. And this is typically how ATS will show applicants, usually by date of application. Sometimes it'll be...
So as you can see, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this dashboard here, right? Let's dissect this. He has a section here called All Candidates. He has some tabs open called Lead, Applicant, Interview. He's keeping track of leads. He's keeping track of the applicants. He's keeping track of interviews. He's able to, on the left-hand side, click on the job that he's trying to fill. You could see Account Executive, Field Sales, Account Executive, Senior Account Executive, Account Management, the Account Managers, the Analyst, the IT, everything else. And then you see a list of applicants. When he clicks on, for example, Account Executive, which is what he has clicked right now, you can actually see that he has a list of applicants there, and they're all fake, obviously. Will Truman, Stephen Curry, and all these other people, just to show what it is. And he has little tags there that says that this person was a referral. 2 of them were a referral. If you look closely, you could see that the briefcases. I'm assuming what that means is that there's currently 4 candidates that are in the interview process, and there's another 4 on that list that don't have the little briefcase next to them, so they're not part of the interview process right now. So the people who made it to the first round of interviews are going to get interviewed first. In my other video here, guys, I talk about how when they're trying to fill these roles, you're not going to be the only person that they're interviewing. They're interviewing multiple people at the same time. And you could see that here on the ATS system. You have only 4 people there that are in the interview process. And guess what? If one of those fall out and they don't do very good, they have 4 other backup people that they're going to interview. This is only a list of 8 people. They've made it to the shortlist. They've gotten ahead of everyone else. You have 1,000 applicants trying to get this account executive position, right? And only 4 of them are in the shortlist to get interviewed. One of these 4 is very likely going to impress them, and they're going to want to hire and move forward. What happens to the other 1,000 people that applied for the job? Ghosted. The people who are not even on the list are going to just straight up get ghosted. Out of the 1,000 applicants, only 8 of them made it to the shortlist. That right there should tell you guys that's the competition out there. That's a big piece of information just off of this dashboard here. Out of 1,000 applicants, out of 500 applicants, only 8 of them made it onto the little dashboard currently. Out of those, only 4 of them are currently in the interview process. Not only that, but he also mentioned that they are listed by date as well, which means that they're probably going to prioritize the people who applied first and cycle through those individuals first. One of the ways that they could filter who applied first come, first serve. And let's just, if they're qualified, let's get them through first. First in, first out, right? Because you guys have to understand something. You guys have to understand that one recruiter or 2 recruiters, they can't sift through 1,000 applicants on their own. You can't have 1,000 pieces of paper sifting through each one, trying to look which one's a good fit. That's why they use this kind of system here to keep track of things, to get things organized, right? So he's probably going to dive deeper into exactly how this dashboard for them gets filled up. It's basically, looks like it's a glorified Excel sheet that gets filled out as it goes through a parsing system, right? And this is what they see. This is where you want to end up, right? So to even be able to get the interview, right? Let's keep going.
The most recent, or it'll be the oldest candidate that applied up top. So it's not about when to apply, just apply when you can. Now,
he said it's not about when to apply, just apply when you can. Oh, the recruiters, they would love to say that, right? They just want you to get onto their system so they can have a pool of candidates they can pick from. The reality is, guys, and I know this because I've landed tons of jobs, I've landed tons of interviews, all the way through until the job offer and all kinds of other stuff, and the contract, won the contract, or whatever else. Timing matters, speed matters, success loves speed. You guys want to be the first to get in there. It's not about when you apply. Of course it's about when you apply. What you're going to apply, you think you're going to apply 1 year later and get the job? No, the job's already been filled at that point. You're just a backlog person that they can reach out to just in case 2 or 3 years later when they fire the other person, right? So yeah, timing does matter, guys. Let's keep going.
On the candidate side of things, when you apply for a job externally and you hit apply, and when you upload or attach your resume, what happens is when it says analyzing resume, the applicant tracking system is parsing for contact information so it can build and populate a profile in the ATS.
This step here, guys, is an absolute pain because a lot of companies have a horrible parsing system. They have legacy tools. Either because of compliance issues, they're not allowed to use newer tools, or if they're a big company, they move really slow and very sluggish. It takes them years to be able to implement new things. In any case, you upload your resume as you saw there, and there was a little progress bar thing that pops up, right? That says it's analyzing your resume, right? What's happening during that little process where it's analyzing your resume? He's saying that their system, their legacy old tools and systems are going in and trying to figure out what your name is, what your email is, what your phone number is, what your current location is, and all this kind of stuff. And it's going to pre-fill the field there, right? And he's claiming that that's all it's doing. But behind the back doors, guys, it's doing a lot more than just parsing your resume. It's going to look for the keywords. It's going to look for all the other stuff. Here in this step, it's just filling out your information, grabbing your information from the resume that was uploaded and filling out the form. But then on the back side, it's also doing a bunch of other stuff. It's ranking your resume. Let's keep going.
What it is not doing is auto-rejecting or auto-filtering by keywords. That's not how applicant tracking systems work. They do not withhold candidates from recruiters, despite what sites like JobScan, which are just designed to take your money, say. This here, after scanning your resume, the ATS scores your resume on a 1 to 100% scale. A score of 80% or higher moves you onto a human recruiter who may contact you. This is a downright lie. This job site is trying to take your money. Do not listen to this advice. Again, applicant tracking systems don't auto-filter and reject solely based on keywords. If anyone wants to show me a system via Loom, that would be great. How it typically works is when you apply, you just fall into a pool of applicants. And as you can
So what he's saying is that it doesn't auto-reject you, but it definitely ranks you. Of course it doesn't auto-reject you. They want to collect as many candidates as they can so they can sift through it and populate their glorified list here with the potential candidates that they can reach out to. If all these 8 candidates here, if they don't do very good on the interview, but then what do you mean by auto-rejected, right? If auto-rejected means I applied for the job and then I'm sitting there not getting any responses back and I'm just basically essentially just ghosted. Yeah, to the candidate you are rejected because you're ghosted. They're not gonna get to you. You're going to collect 1,000 applicants and you're going to reach out to all 1,000 with every single, you got like, this recruiter has to, if this recruiter has to fill 10 positions and each one of those 10 positions have 1,000 applicants, that's 10,000 people that you have to reach back out to. Only out of the 10,000 people, only 10 people are going to get hired because it's just 10 positions you're trying to fill. So what happens to the rest of the 9,990 applicants who didn't make it? Of course they're going to get ghosted. From the employee standpoint, from the applicant standpoint, yeah, they did get auto rejected. Well, at least do us the courtesy of sending us an email. Yeah, you're going to get an auto response email talking about, unfortunately, we regret to inform you. And it's all the same message. As far as the applicant's concerned, that's an auto rejection, right? But the recruiter doesn't see it that way. To the recruiter, we collected your information. I got what I wanted as the recruiter. I collected your information. You just didn't get the job. Not my problem, right? So this system helps the recruiters fill the roles. This system is not designed to make it cushy and cozy for the applicant. This system is designed to make it cushy and cozy for the recruiter to hurry up and fill the roles and move on to the next, right? It will collect your information and it will analyze it based on specific criteria. But that doesn't mean you're going to be getting the job or even getting the interview.
You can see Sam Stroon is now in the system here. Yes, some rating systems exist in applicant tracking.
Bruh.
What did I say, guys? Yes, some rating systems exist is what he just now said. What did I say? You are getting ranked, ranking category, and it looks like there's they made it super simple for the recruiter. It's just a green dot for thumbs up. You know, they might be good. Looks like you're getting a ranking score of between 0 to 5, and then you got some people with 4s, and you're getting a green light. And here's the ranking factors that he's talking about here. Candidate stage, that candidate all the way to the left got the offer. The next one is being reviewed. The next one's doing the assessment where they're assessing them. The next candidate's doing like a reference check. It's giving them the candidate stage. What stage are they at? Are they in the first round interview, the second round interview? Did they get the offer? Are they under review? Are they currently being interviewed? Are they being assessed? Are they checking your references? Are they doing a background check? You know, and then it looks like they have a total score, primary questionnaire. Based on some kind of questionnaire or assessment that they gave you, they're checking to see who ranked the highest. Somebody ranked 145, the other person ranked 40, the rest of them ranked 60 and 80. Latest resume, they can just click on your latest resume, and they can see where you currently work and what your current job title is, and they can now see how many years have you been on the job, right? This person's been on that job for 16, your previous job for 16 years, so that means that they're a good loyal employee that we can take advantage of, and the kind of degrees that they might have, and when did you come into their system, when did they apply for the role, how do they find the role. Look, these are all things that they're taking into consideration, guys. Look what their system's showing them for them to decide whether they want to move forward with you or not. You are being ranked. Proof is right here in front of you. System called Lever. Among many others, guys. This is not the only one. You can see average time to be in the stage. You could see the recruiter's callback list. You could see the compare candidates assessments. You can compare the interview feedback. The hiring manager or somebody gives an interview, they can see the feedback or what kind of feedback did they give. They can rank the candidate. This is this right here is the candidate ranking site, right?
Tracking systems, but these are not the default view.
So guys, now that we have a view of what the recruiters and what the gatekeepers actually see, this is what I mean by taking an audit of a situation, trying to understand exactly what the recruiters see and reverse engineer the process. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I am building a system here that handles all of this, because not only does your resume have to be on point, it has to be human readable, it has to hit a lot of these points. Join the wait list and let me know you guys are interested in this so that I can give you guys exclusive access to the software that's being built right now to address all of these concerns and start landing you guys those interviews faster than your competition. Because I don't want you guys to be struggling out there. You guys go to school, you guys listen to what you guys were told, you guys graduated, and now it's just crickets and you're sitting there painfully. Let's solve that problem, guys. Go ahead and leave comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.